Yo, it's your boy Dctree from Dctree-Nation.com, where we cover hoops and heroes, and today we're talking heroes. Alright guys, you know the new Star Wars movie is out. You know your boy had to go check it out. I'm a little late on this, but I went to check it out today, and I have to say, I actually like this film. Despite what the critics say, despite what people are saying. I thought it was pretty good. Way better than The Last Jedi. Oh my goodness, way better than that. But before I jump too deep into it, if you like my content, please sub to the channel. Okay, like I said before, I like this film a lot better than the last one. I even liked it better than The Force Awakens. I think it's the best of the new trilogy. The new trilogy with Rey and company. It's the best out of those three films, to me. And one of the reasons why this was the best was because of Rey. Rey was mature in this one. She was trained. She was skilled. Man, her abilities with the Force were breathtaking. You know, the things that she was doing, you never seen in a Star Wars movie before. You didn't even read about it. You know, I've read the novels, and some of the powers she was pulling out was very Force Unleashed-esque. If you ever played that PlayStation game, Force Unleashed, it was very Force Unleashed-esque. I was like, wow, she's really got the hang of this Force thing. And that mirrored with Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren last movie was whiny. He was weak. He was having tantrums and stuff. He seemed a lot more controlled. He seemed a lot more powerful. He seemed a lot more calculated. And I love the fact that he was willing to track the Emperor down, not to serve him, but to destroy him off rip. And I thought that was a good little bit they gave you at the very beginning of the film. You know, I love that bit about them. So those two characters develop a lot. So when they had a little back and forth and whatever that was, that romance type thing they had going on, it was more satisfying. It was, you know, it was more acceptable because I had bought into the characters a lot more at this point. Last movie, man, The Last Jedi, it just felt random and abrupt, and I didn't know what was going on. I was just frustrated. But they did a really good job developing these characters, seeing them train, seeing them evolve. Awesome job. Another reason why this film was better than the other films, it got to the point rather quickly. You know, Force Awakens, we spent the whole movie to see Luke for 30 seconds. You know, Last Jedi, we finally see Luke, but then he's acting funny, like he doesn't want to fight anymore. In this film, they knew we were there to see Palpatine. He was on screen within the first 2-3 minutes. Boom. You see what I'm saying? I was like, whoa. And they were revealing things about him, and we got to the nitty gritty. And I really appreciated that. And just to find out that he was the strings or the puppet behind the strings, controlling Snoke and whatnot, it made a whole lot of sense. Because to me, Snoke and his defeat in The Last Jedi was so basic. He had to be a clone or some type of puppet, because he couldn't have been a Sith Lord, not, you know, complete Sith Lord and fall for that death, to me. So that really kind of redeemed The Last Jedi in a sense. And this movie did a lot of that. It redeemed all the mistakes from the last one, which kind of took away from this one in a sense, but I was glad to see it. So bottom line, Palpatine was just a more compelling villain than Snoke. We know nothing about him. More compelling villain than even Kylo Ren, okay? So it was just good to see a villain that I actually cared about. They did kind of drop the ball with him. They left a lot of questions, you know, is he a clone? Is he the original? What happened to him? How did he survive? You know, it's Disney, so they probably gonna, you know, put out a book and make us pay to find out, but whatever. But I need those questions answered, man. And I feel like they missed the opportunity at the end for Palpatine to, you know, use the lightsabers one more time. It would have been awesome if he had been like, it's treason then. Again, or something. Not like that, but you get what I'm saying. If he would have hit us with that and then started fighting Kylo Ren and Rey at the same time, then they could have did the whole, like, you know, Cell Gohan type power struggle thing they did at the end. That would have been perfect. But hey, you know, I'm not gonna complain. It was better than The Last Jedi, man. Better than The Last Jedi, and that's all I really needed. The last reason why this film was so much better was the scale. Now, I won't lie to you, Star Wars movies usually get this right, but I don't know what it was about this film. It's just the visuals were a little crispier. I don't know if the technology has taken a leap, but it was a little crispier. That lightsaber battle on that water planet was so realistic and so awesome. Like, you felt every clash, every swing of the saber, heard every sound, every crackle. Every time Rey did a backflip, it was like angelic backflip, Wonder Woman type stuff, man. It was really good. It was really good. She was really smooth. And then Kylo Ren was really aggressive, really hard. He was trying to bring out the dark side in her. It just flowed really well. It's probably one of my favorite lightsaber battles. It's up there. And, you know, it's not the best, but it's one of my favorites. You know, once you factor in, you know, the wind and the rain and the storm, and it was just really good. It was really good. And they did a really good job with the Millennium Falcon. That part of Star Wars never gets old. But when they kept hyper jumping or hyper leaping, I thought that was so cool and incredibly insane. Incredibly insane, but that visual will always be with me, man. That was one of the best visuals to start the movie off with. Just hyper jumping through space, which is suicide, and somehow they survived. You know, it was a little plot magic, but hey, it's a movie. So I really like the visuals of this film. Now, I will say this. The film was not perfect. It did have some issues, you know, but the reason why it worked better than the last couple films is because they didn't have the burden of living up to the Luke Skywalker, you know, shadow, or live up to that, you know, that marker. They didn't have to do that. They could just focus on Rey, focus on Finn, focus on Kylo Ren, and you can kind of tell the story flowed better. And me being a huge Luke Skywalker fan, I couldn't be disappointed because he was dead. So that really helped the film too. You know, he came in there, said a few words, and he dipped out. And you know, it worked. It worked. Now, what I would have loved to see him fight, you know, sure, but obviously that's impossible because the last director was an idiot and killed Luke Skywalker off. Oh my gosh. I'm going to leave my rant over The Last Jedi linked below so you could just get a laugh. Get a laugh. I hated that film. But back to this film, they really corrected most of the problems. So because of that, I have to break down and give it an 8 out of 10. It was a solid movie, man. Spend your coins and your dollars and go check this out. It's worth it. Don't listen to the critics. It's worth it. All right, guys, this is it for this one. For more information on Heroes, please sub to the channel. And don't forget, I have a superhero playlist on the channel for hero fans like us. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.